Welcome back to another No Limits video. In this video what we're going to be doing is putting a set of driving lights on my 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee. And I thought I'd take this opportunity to run you through what's involved in actually wiring up a set of driving lights. They're really not that hard, and it's a good first mod for a lot of people. So a lot of people getting into four-wheel driving, that sort of stuff. You know, you've got yourself a dual cab ute, go and buy yourself a set of driving lights, and I'll sort of give you some tips and tricks to how to run it, how to do all the wiring. Like I said, they're pretty straightforward, and yeah, give yourself a feeling of accomplishment fitting your own driving lights. So anyway, we'll get stuck into it and I'll show you what's involved. So these are the lights that I've gone and bought for the Jeep. So for the Grand, it's a pair of 7-inch roadvision DLE series driving lights. So yeah, LED, the usual stuff. Roadvision's not a bad light. Comes with these nice little black covers. And yeah, nice. It's a nice little light. I think I might be able to squeeze 9-inch driving lights onto that car, but really it doesn't need them. These are going to work perfectly well for what I want to do with the vehicle. So you don't always have to go with the biggest, most ridiculous light you can find. These are just going to be a good size light for that particular car. Driving light harness. It's just a plug and play harness. So this will plug directly into the lights. So red wire to positive on the battery, an earth there, and we run a switch inside. And so this has just got a pretty generic little switch on it, which is fine for the Grand, because the Grand doesn't have switch blanks to put switches. Where if I was fitting this to, like fitting these lights to say a Hilux or a Navara or most of your modern dual cabs, I'd be more likely going to a switch like this. This one that's actually a big Toyota switch, but so that'll fit 79 series. Early KUNs would take a switch like that, but they make these style of switches for most of your modern dual cab utes. So like I said, if you were putting it into anything else, you'd go in a nice little switch that fits in the dash. This harness came with these two adapters. They're to plug into your headlight to give you a high beam signal. Get it open here one-handed. So that one is H4, usual, like 79 series Land Cruiser. You just plug this into the headlight and plug that into that harness, and away you go. Or the HB3, HB4 plug, which is actually what I need for the Grand. But like I said, if you're new Hilux or Navara or something like that, new D-Max BT50, you can buy one that will plug into the headlight plugs on the late model headlights. So same thing, just most of your four-wheel drive stores do carry them. So yeah, go and grab one of those and make your life really, really easy. The other thing I'm doing whilst I'm in there is I'm going to throw some headlight bulbs in it while I'm going, because I've got a bulb that's out, and they're just a couple of plus 190 replacement headlight globes. Came from Autobarn with 140 bucks for the pair, so, well, for two pairs. There's two globes in each one, so one's high beam, one's low beam. So we'll swap those over as well while we're in there. Anyway, let's get these things set up on the vehicle. Alright, the lights themselves to bolt on pretty straightforward. It's that little rubber isolator, that bracket. And just push the bolt through with a washer and a nut. lights on. Now we just bolt the light into it. The light goes together pretty well the same thing. Little rubber a little isolator on each side, and then just has a bolt comes in from the sides. Rubber piece sits in the side like that. Same thing on the other side. Most of these lights do supply you little Allen keys, so you can adjust them. Just like that. Right, I'll go ahead and get the other one bolted up. Alright, so that's both lights on there. When put black covers on them just to make them look fancy for a minute. Pulled the headlight. You don't have to pull your headlight out to do this. I pulled it out to replace the bulbs. Put 2 new bulbs in, the upgraded ones. And right, so this is the part I think that scares a lot of people, is the actual wiring. So I found a position for my relay. It's got a nice earth on it. I'm just going to put my power straight onto here. So this power goes straight to the battery. Because I don't really have a lot of access to put extra wires onto this particular battery terminal. And if you're falling into that category, like if I go to put a winch on this, I can't just put a winch onto that little post there. In that case, I will go to something like this, a 2-up terminal. So it goes on the battery, that terminal goes onto here, and then I can just add accessories onto this terminal. Yeah, that particular one's actually for the green Jeep. But I'll just show you that. It's a handy thing to have if you don't have the ability to put extra wires onto your battery terminal. So in this particular case, I'm just going to put it under here, because this actually has a heavy cable that runs straight to the battery anyway. Righto, so to pick up, so yeah, so the relay's all mounted, earth and power are sorted out, my switch wire is starting to run back this way. I've already run the wires out to the back of the lights, so they run along the bull bar here and actually go in and under this headlight and up into the engine bay. The next thing we really need to do is get a high beam signal. So the Grand has, I know that's low beam and that's high beam, so we need to pick up off that particular headlight bulb, which is this connector right here. So if we can do this one-handed, might have to put you down for a second. So pop that apart, and then it's as simple as plugging this adapter in between those two plugs, just like that. And then our relay actually, the switch just plugs straight into there, like that. And then we just have to tie all this up out so it's nice and neat. And we can put our headlight back in. Hooking up high beam is that simple if you have the adapters to do it. And yeah, if you have bought the one that fits your particular car, it'll be the same thing but with just one big plug with a heap of wires in it. So I'll get all this buttoned up and get the headlight back in it. Right, on a side note, for everyone that says Jeeps are hard to work on, that's all that holds the headlight in. So I've pulled a heap of headlights out of modern cars. No one's headlight comes out that easily. Righto, now we've got all the headlight bolted back in, our high beam is hooked up, I said all that's mounted. I'll just leave this off till the end. You can plug it on now, it actually makes no difference. So the last thing we left to do is run our switch wire into the car. So I've moved the washer bottle just to give everyone a bit more so you can see what's going on. So I've just run it under that fuse box, we'll follow this wire back, which is actually my UHF aerial, and we'll duck in through that grommet just there. And to do that, this is a bit of a tool I made myself, which is essentially a piece of metal wire inside a little piece of air line, and you can just poke it through the grommet quite easily. If you are going to do this, just have a look on the other side and see what's there, because you don't want to poke it through into more wires, because that'll just cause you a lot more heartache. And then if we come around to the inside, take the keys out so it doesn't beep at us. You can see up under there, might be a little bit hard. Let's hang on, let me grab a light. Right, let's get around in here. See that? And there it is there. That's our bit of air hose. Pull him through. And that's our switch wire brought in into the inside of the car. So that skidded through the grommet really well, but if yours seems to be a bit tight when you go to pull it through, it's just electrical taped onto the end of the air hose there. Found window cleaner actually works really well to make it nice and slippery. Otherwise a silicone spray or something like that, just to lubricate it and make it pull through that rubber grommet a bit nicer. Some vehicles I have found it's quite easy to pull the grommet out, which you really don't want to do. So if it seems a bit tight, lubricate it some more. Yeah. it goes in a lot easier if it's lubricated. There's our plug. So now I just got to work out where I want to put my switch and drill a hole and connect it all up. What are you doing down there? Just chilling out, are ya? Just chilling out in the shade. Right, so I've worked out where I want to put my little switch. Did actually change it from the steady switch that they supply you. I think this is a little bit neater. And it doesn't, the whole switch doesn't glow red, it's just got that little red light, which I think that whole switch glowing red would get annoying after a while, especially if you're driving for a couple of hours. So that just leaves us with one last little thing to do, is connect some wires, which steady make this nice and easy on their harness. Plug that in, because it only goes one way. Tighten that up, and I'll just tie that up under the dash. I just attach my power, so I'll do that right now. Push that fuse holder down so it's out of the way. Right. I'll put the rest of this back together. Alright, it's got everything put back together and cleaned up. So, cover it back on the battery terminal. Yeah, it's all back together and cleaned up. So that's it done. That's how simple it is to do a set of driving lights. I'd wire them up yourself. It is really that easy. Yeah, only sort of tips when you're looking for a place to put your relay, just if you can get the relay to face so the plug's at the bottom, it stops moisture getting in it and ruining your relay. Just save you a bit of a headache later on down the track. But like I said, so we've got power and earth all hooked up. So let's flick these on and see how well they work. Low beam, high beam, turn on off with the switch. They look really nice and bright. So on the inside, little switch lights up. Light goes out when you turn the switch off, and goes out when you drop it off high beam. So that's it, that's done. Righto, so that's driving lights all done, fitted up, wired, ready to go. So yeah, once the sun goes down we'll go for a drive and we'll have a look at how good these little road vision lights go. They're claiming 1200 metres on the box, so that should be pretty good lights. And this will be a lot better having those plus 90 headlight bulbs in it as well, just to give the headlights a bit more of a chance. Should make low beam a lot better. But anyway, so I hope that's helped you out, giving you a bit of confidence to actually wire up your own lights on your own car. If there's any more of this sort of stuff that you want to see, like I said, I fit accessories for a living, so yeah, any questions you have about that sort of stuff, just jump down in the comments, ask them. If there's any videos, and like there's a video on anything in particular you want to see, a little bit more in depth, let me know and I'll see what I can do, because I'm always tinkering with this stuff. Yeah, I understand most people aren't at the point of a full engine swaps, but I mean, that's why I'm trying to show you, yeah, putting the lift in this thing, yeah, wiring the driving lights up, yeah, a UHF. If anyone wants to see a UHF install, let me know, we'll work one of those out. It does already have a UHF in it, but I can backtrack it enough to show you how it goes about fitting it. So yeah, like I said, jump down in the comments and leave a comment anything you want to see. If you like the video, hit the little like button, do the subscribe, which I believe's here somewhere, and yeah, we'll catch you in the next one.